Africa is the continent of the future. Its entrepreneurs are talented. Their ideas are innovative. And they carry with them the promise of a better world. To help African talents push beyond their limits, a human adventure was born, the African Entrepreneurship Award. It all starts with BMCE Bank of Africa's desire: encourage entrepreneurship in Africa by investing in talents and technologies beyond borders. It began in November 2014 during the 5th edition of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit held in Marrakesh. Mr. Othman Benjeloun, president of the BMCE Bank of Africa, announced the $1 million award for promoting African entrepreneurship. Based on BMCE Bank of Africa's commitment to corporate social responsibility, this award has 3 categories: education, the environment, and uncharted, business ideas which have not been created in Africa yet. Quickly, a multidisciplinary, dedicated team mobilized to organize this unprecedented operation by its nature and scope. A unique and exciting challenge. Between February and March, study tours were organized in the US and the UK to learn best practices and build partnerships with universities and influential entrepreneurs. Between March and June, the team moves through the 6 economic zones in Africa to meet tech incubators, entrepreneurs, and African universities. The objective is twofold: to learn the real needs of entrepreneurs and recruit partner mentors. A digital communication campaign was deployed to attract entrepreneurs to the web application that was custom created to collect all proposals. Information was spread throughout various social networks to reach the largest number of African participants and keep them informed during all phases of the competition. From April to October, the competition was held in 4 rounds. The first stage of the award collected the business ideas most needed for a region. Over 5,000 entrepreneurs submitted business ideas for 54 African countries. About 2,000 entered round 1 to compete for the most needed in the region. During the second round, candidates applied mentoring received and submitted visual presentations to share their business. At the end of round 2, 300 projects were selected as the most likely to succeed across Africa, not just their region. The third round was chosen for the most significant and sustainable ideas. This group of global mentors, venture capitalists, and experienced entrepreneurs came from 10 countries.
Well, the nice thing with when you mentor online and when you need to define, you need to write down what you think. You don't have this barrier where you can actually speak to someone, you can see the facial expression responder. So mentoring online, you need to define your ideas, your concepts in a very clear way. And that's a process in itself, which is important for an entrepreneur.
In partnership with the regional teams of BMCE Bank of Africa, trips were organized in 9 African countries to visit entrepreneurs and validate their ideas and projects. The last round, 34 finalists from 16 countries and 6 economic zones met in Marrakesh in a boot camp that lasted for 6 days. Faced with challenges, the stress was rising. In order to help them, personalized coaching and sessions helped prepare them to deliver their final presentations to the presidential jury.
AE has been the bridge builder for these entrepreneurs, giving them the mentorship, coaching, helping them to shape their ideas, and ultimately selected winners getting funds to run their projects.
So many examples within Africa, and I think we're seeing that this week at the African Entrepreneurship Award, how one is able to find fantastic ideas and match them with the right kind of investments.
A lot of Africans have ideas, so what they need is people who can take their hands and then help them bring forth those ideas to bring them into life and contribute to the African economy.
Now as we are ending the boot camp and moving over to a mock trial and then the presidential jury, we wish all the participants best of luck and may the games begin.
A prestigious panel of business leaders and entrepreneurs from China, the United States, South Africa, Ghana, and Morocco met to evaluate the ideas and projects and decide on the winners.
54 countries, thousands of applications, 3 rounds of vetting, and this, I think it's been very effective.
African Entrepreneurship Award has done a fantastic job with this first edition of this competition.
Seeing an award like this that is not only giving a monetary, reward at the end for a job well done, it's also establishing a framework, an infrastructure for coaching, learn how to pitch your business, how to organize your financials, your presentation. So when it does come to working with people like myself that may be willing to fund you, you're prepared.
To be successful needs to be focused and need to really look at objectively what is your differentiations in terms of products, services, and offerings.
My hope is that this continues and that we can get the longitudinal data on the firms that go through this program and augment those. Maybe they can even give us footholds, these entrepreneurs, into other entrepreneurial ecosystems in these countries.
We encourage people to apply. I want to encourage especially women to apply. I think we need more African women entrepreneurs really standing up and claiming our place. So yeah, definitely please apply.
The projects selected were the most likely to succeed with a social impact across Africa. Of the 5,000 entrepreneurs, only 10 winners were selected. They are sharing the prize of the African Entrepreneurship Award, sharing $1 million. And for the main category awards of Environment, Education, and Charted, we have actually selected 2 winners for each of those. And each of those winners, the main categories, will receive $150,000. In the Uncharted category, the 2 winners are Senegalese Adama, who developed a virtual medicine chest for a rural community.
Best utilize medicines which are not used but already prescribed, and instead of wasting them, they try to create a platform for them to do the exchange so that it can reduce the waste and best use those available medicines, and hopefully.
And William of South Africa for his mobile medical diagnostic application that enables rural people to have access to expert medical advice.
For a general practitioner or even a clinic healthcare worker to take some basic medical information and send to a doctor or specialist in the remote city or cities far away. They can diagnostic and also do the referrals.
Tadisi from Ethiopia.
In the environment category, 2 entrepreneurs won. The Ethiopian Tadis for his waste management and processing, and Elia, Tanzanian, for his agricultural greenhouse project EA Fruit Farm. These projects will have an impact to protect the livelihoods of current and future generations. Johan from South Africa, with his invention Seabox, will digitize learning science and engineering in high schools and universities.
Absolutely genius. It is a device which will empower the young children to learn about maths, engineering, and to measure almost everything. So it's just great, and we were very happy to consider these two projects.
Anthony from Kenya, through his Kitabu project, will digitize textbooks for young children around Africa.
A tablet which encompasses all the books of colleges, schools, and which gives the possibility to lease either a day, if I remember, or an hour or whatever. So it reduces tremendously the cost of leasing.
4 other projects received outstanding prizes for $25,000 each. First, for Khadija of Morocco and her Arabic teacher training school.
Primary and secondary school education space. We highlighted a problem that I'd never really considered before. And I think it's compelling enough and has a high enough social impact, if it's successful, that she deserves some institutional or organizational support to take her from this idea in this niche that I think can be expanded into many other niches. So I'd like to see her have a shot at that, but with some help. So in my ideal world, and hopefully she agrees, she gets some support and she gets the opportunity to go and do what she thinks is needed with the help of existing organizations and their infrastructure.
Second, Olive from Uganda for her environmentally friendly brick making.
The woman that we picked herself could not even be here for the award because she's a single mother, couldn't find childcare for her baby, and so couldn't leave her. But we have been bold enough to say that we want to respect that, we want to recognize her effort and give her an opportunity to really take her work onto the next level and hope and believe that she will surprise us with the results of her work.
Third, Haptamu from Ethiopia for his mobile radiant heating for infants. And Iram from Ghana for his animated games depicting African heroes living in African context.
As they are such experts of entrepreneurship, and paradoxically, even if I'm a banker, I was not looking at the financials. I was really looking at the future, how these people looked at the future, 5 years ahead, whether considering themselves really expanding throughout Africa, because ideal thing was to have people whose idea is applicable to other countries. And at the same time, I was looking at the human profile, if I may say, and once again, because the fundamental questions were also posed elsewhere, to look at the extraordinary situation with people with different backgrounds, geographic, spiritual or religious, where having this common faith in their possibility to be responsible and to have the initiative. And this was absolutely remarkable to perceive.
You've seen it grow from nothing. It's different when you see something grow from nothing. And then after 3 years, somebody tells you, here's 150,000, it can change the world. That's a special feeling. You can't fake that. It's not something you can, it's impossible to describe.
I think the 2 categories of the environment and education, it was 2-2, and then everyone else is an uncharted, so anyone. I mean, the competition there was massive, so I wasn't really expecting much. I mean, So to be one of the winners is a huge privilege, and I think we have to try and do you guys proud. If there's anything we can offer you guys in return, you must let us know and we'll do our best to help out.
On est très heureux, mais aussi on est en même temps inquiet parce que là, on sait que en fait, on a 1 an pour mettre en place donc ce projet partout au Sénégal. Et que donc, puisque en fait, donc African Entrepreneurship Award a eu en fait une confiance en notre projet et nous a attribué des fonds pour le mettre en place, là nous avons un grand défi. Et comme nous aimons donc relever tous nos défis, là on sent une petite pression.
It's really very much, I'm so much pleased and I'm very much happy, and I would like to thank the organizers and the bank.
When I was in front of the real jury, they scaled it even more down, and which gave it a particular focus, focusing on one country. So instead of the whole African continent, although it tends to the whole African continent, I'm focusing first on Morocco and the Moroccan education system.
In that case, it's not creating the business also, it is the way of saving millions of lives. So in that case, I'm so happy. It is good input for my project to do more, to achieve my goals and to do my tasks and to achieve my dreams. I get it, a nice thing. It's a good inspirational for me.
Since I come here, I got good advice from my coach, and we were working very hard together. So I'm also very much thankful to them.
Some of the judges are in the industry and they appreciate how much games bring into an economy, and this is totally untapped. This is truly uncharted.
Je le dis, allez-y, soumettez. En fait, c'est une expérience extraordinaire, et même si on ne gagnait pas, en fait, vu en fait donc les 4 phases par lesquelles on passe, et en fait tous les conseils et toutes les solutions, disons, données par les mentors, on peut arriver donc à améliorer son business et à le rendre plus rentable.
We won!
The grants were given to local incubators living in the home countries of the winning entrepreneurs. They will be responsible for monitoring and ensuring the accomplishment of the project and allocating the winnings gradually.
After today's winners announcements with all these entrepreneurs, we will start a new journey, the post-award journey. We will work together with these entrepreneurs, local mentors, to find the right paths and get these businesses to the next stage.
The first edition of the AEA is a total success. This contest proves that Africa is full of talent, and the entrepreneurial spirit is the lever to improve the social and economic environments of the population. BMCE Bank of Africa is proud to power this project and to demonstrate that relevant mentoring develops and grows the most innovative ideas in Africa.
These are talented people with brilliant ideas. They believe in their project, they believe in their business idea. I think they can make an impact on the communities where they live. They can serve the best interest of the African continent.
You are changing the status quo in Africa. You are impacting lives everywhere. And you are the economic future of Africa.
Our world is changing indeed, towards an environment where societal equilibrium can only be maintained and perpetuated via the strong action of a civil society that supports, under intelligent partnerships, a certain number of areas as a complement to public action. Chairman Othman Benjelloun.